33-year-old Joshua Downhill is behind bars and has been charged with murder in the fatal shooting of his ex-girlfriend's husband, 32-year-old Greg Lyer, after trying to reconnect with her. The incident occurred at around 2:58 a.m. on the 24th of June 2022, when officers responded to reports of gunfire at a home located at 9804 Bolton Village Court in Fairfax, Virginia. When officers arrived at the scene, they found Gret dead in his bed after being shot 10 times, including 4 times in the head. It's reported that Joshua entered the premises through an unlocked back door. He then shot Gret before immediately leaving the home. Gret's wife, Heather Glyer, whom Gret had been married to for 4 years, was asleep next to him when Neil was killed, but she and the couple's 2-year-old daughter and infant boy were unharmed. On the night of the 28th of June, the authorities arrested Joshua in connection to Gret's death while he was on the way to work at FedEx at the Dallas International Airport. He'd been employed by FedEx for about a month. They identified him as an acquaintance of the family who entered the home and opened fire. He was booked into the Fairfax County Jail on charges of second-degree murder and use of a firearm in commission of a felony. Court documents stated that Joshua had been regularly reaching out to the victim's wife, his ex-girlfriend, whom he wanted to reconnect with. During Joshua's bail hearing, he reportedly asked if he could order a pizza. The judge reportedly wrote on the bail form that he wasn't taking the situation seriously in the slightest. Joshua remains held without bail, and his next court appearance is set for the 16th of August. Gret created a fundraising website called DonorSee that donates money and creates videos which shows the impact the donations have made on the recipients of the funds. It's reported that the couple and Joshua attended the same church, and those close to the couple said that Joshua was deluded in thinking that there was a romantic relationship when no such relationship ever existed, and suggested that he had a severe mental illness. Heather Glyer released a statement about her husband's death to several local media outlets, thanking police for making the arrest happen so quickly, and expressing gratitude to the community's support. Gret was my best friend, and an incredible husband and father, she said. He had an amazing heart for helping those people who needed it most, and I know that legacy will live on. I know that God is with me, and has a plan for my life and for the lives of our children. We would appreciate your prayers, she said. 24-year-old Caitlin Taylor has been arrested and charged with first-degree murder in the fatal shooting of Mariah Faith Moss. The incident occurred at 4:19 a.m. on the 2nd of July 2022, when a woman called 911 requesting help from police at a home located at 300 block of South Sterling Avenue in Peoria, Illinois. When officers arrived, they entered the house and found an unresponsive woman who had been shot in the chest. The woman was pronounced dead at the scene. The Peoria County Coroner Jamie Harwood identified the victim at the address as Mariah Moss. He said that she suffered a single gunshot wound to her upper body and likely died instantly. During the course of the investigation, officers identified Caitlin Taylor as the suspect. She was questioned and arrested. She's charged with first-degree murder and is held at the Peoria County Jail. People close to Mariah said she recently got a job as a head cook at a local community centre. She was also studying a GED and saving up to get a car and a new place to stay for her and her family. She was described as a great mother, a great cook, crazy, loving, caring, funny, and full of life. Mariah was a mother to one young child. The motive of the attack is unknown. However, one of her friends said that her life was stolen because of jealousy. 19-year-old Tony Knight has been killed, and 2 others were injured in a shooting outside an apartment building. The incident occurred at around 12:15 p.m. on the 2nd of July 2022, at an apartment complex located at 120 Perry Street in Petersburg, Virginia. Tony was at the entrance to the apartment building where she lived and was carrying groceries inside when a group of people started shooting nearby. A witness who was driving down the street said he heard a hail of gunfire. Windows were shot out of the entrance to the building, and Tony was struck by a stray bullet. Officers responded to the apartment complex on reports of gunfire. When they arrived, they found Tony already deceased, and her body covered under a sheet with her groceries laying on the floor next to her. Crowds gathered nearby and became rowdy, with lots of screaming and fighting going on. The police found 19-year-old Delvin Mitchell and an 11-year-old girl suffering from gunshot wounds at the scene. Both were taken to the hospital. According to police, the girl had been released from the hospital, and Delvin was charged with second-degree murder and use of a firearm in the commission of a felony. The investigation into the shooting continues. 70-year-old Anthony Sokolich is behind bars after admitted to bashing his severely disabled sister, 63-year-old Catherine Sokolich, to death. The incident occurred at around 9 p.m. on the 2nd of July 2022, when the authorities responded to a home located in the 900 block of Alpine Ridge Drive in Baldwin, Missouri, on reports of an unresponsive woman. When first responders arrived at the scene, they found Catherine laying on the floor with serious injuries to her face, and she was rushed to the local hospital. At the hospital, they completed a CT scan and found that she had severe bleeding on her brain, and she later died. Anthony told the investigators that he struck his sister multiple times prior to her becoming unresponsive. He said he beat her to death because he was frustrated about having to care for her. Just months prior to the attack, the courts appointed Anthony as a guardian, as she was unable to care for herself. She was totally disabled and incapacitated. Anthony was arrested and is held at the St. Louis County Jail, where he is charged with felony assault and murder. His bond is set at $250,000.